You? How did you get in here? I gave instructions to the servants.
I have my own key. There, now I don't. So you sent Cord to spy and pry, did you? Told him some ridiculous story about me poisoning you?
I only wish it were ridiculous. But I haven't been taking any rare African drug on my own, Patrick. And who would want to see me dead? Someone who had spent 5 years in an African prison?
You gave me no choice but to tell Kate. I assume you admitted what you did, Liz.
Oh, yes. And it was wonderful shedding that guilt. But now I have another burden. I've lost her. Just as you have lost her, Patrick. So now you don't have to poison me anymore. Or did you come here with a gun in your pocket?
I don't need a gun for you, or poison. Only the truth. Now you stop spreading these absurd rumors. Oh, one other thing. I'm gonna go to court against you for the burn compound. You're never gonna see it marketed through Sanders Chemical.
I wish I cared, but I don't.
What's this, Liz? Giving up now?
Perhaps. But whatever happens between Kate and me, at least I'll know that she has the love of a decent man. And that man, Cordero Roberts, will see to it that you never will harm her. Now, get out of my house.
I have to apologize, Mrs. Buchanan. I got 2 steps from that door. I'm sorry. For that knee-jerk reaction I had? That you're going to be some hindrance to your husband's rehab?
That must be your experience, then.
I'm afraid it is. Especially with a man like your husband.
What do you see in your short time with him?
He's very take charge. I think he's used to being in control. Having other people listen to him and, not taking direction. Throwing tantrums when he's crossed. And that is some temper.
Yes, it is indeed.
Vicki, it seems to me that he's torn between the struggle and the despair that he's feeling. I think he could go either way right now, and that's why I'm touchy.
Thank you for coming back. I feel better. I'd like you to know that I will be more than happy to give him those kicks when they're needed. And when they're not, I'm going to be awfully loving and devoted.
Of course you are. We'll probably get along just fine. Good night.
Good night.
Hey.
What?
I do love you.
I know. I just worry that you don't think I love you.
Come on. Would I spend this much money, that's not even mine in the first place, on a lady that I don't think loves me?
For 15 seconds, think of...
Well, Kevin, haven't your mom and dad always been pretty straight with you? Well, then why don't you believe us this time? Well, Kevin, sometimes doctors are overprotective, you know, so if Uncle Larry wants me to stay another day or 2 longer in the hospital, what can I do? But you know, nothing's changed. I'm getting better all the time. Well, no, my blindness hasn't changed either, and it probably won't. And it's hard, Kevin. I mean, there's no question about it. But you know what? Pretty soon, your old man is going to seem just the same again. Just moving a little slower is all. Well, I love you too, you little buckaroo. Yeah, now you get back to bed and you go to sleep this time. And you sleep tender. Love you, Kev. Nurse?
No, just your friendly therapist.
Oh, you still hanging around, Miss Gordon?
Well, we were interrupted earlier. And now you've had a little rest and a nice chat. It's time to get back to work.
Oh, wait a minute. I might spend my nights and days in the dark, but I still have a perception of night and day. I think it's about time old Clint gets some sleep.
Well, is that what you're going to do if I leave you alone, or are you going to sit there and brood about your blindness and what it's done to you and your family? And then slip into despair and finally just order a sleeping pill to knock yourself out?
Johnson.
What are you doing here this time of night?
Oh, I'm burning that 9 o'clock oil. This is my aunt, Melinda Kramer. This is the woman who keeps our office sparkling clean, Lynette Johnson.
It's so nice to meet you.
Bye. We haven't even started snooping and we've been busted already.
Well, it's your office, too. You have a right to be here.
Oh, suppose she sees John, mentions to him that we were here. He's bound to ask questions.
Cassie?
It's a sign of my guilt, Melinda. Look, it is wrong for us to be here snooping around for signs of John's private life. Come on, let's just go. It's wrong. We can't stay here.
All right, go ahead. Be a sap. Let John play games with you. Let him love you in the physical sense, but not love you enough to share his past with you. Let him get away with it. What do I care? Go on, trust him. Even though it's obvious he's hiding something.
That's not a pop gun he's carrying.
What the hell are you guys doing?
Oh, no, Coleman. The question is, what the hell are you doing? Holding out on us? Pretending you don't know anything about the money, Frank Otis? Spending it freely like some rich kid on a tear, huh?
Look, man, I've already told you guys I don't know anything about it.
Tried to kill your girlfriend, huh?
Please don't hurt him anymore. Wait, stop.
Hey, you better stop, kid.
But just take the gun off her.
Oh, are you giving orders?
No, if you need to put the gun on somebody, put it on me.
Sure.
Wade, just do everything they say, okay?
Your girlfriend's got more IQ points than you, kid. You do what she says.
All right. No trouble, okay?
Good. Now, where's Frank's money?
I don't know, I told you.
What? Hey, you listen to this, Lenny? He really wants a funeral.
No, he doesn't.
You've had a couple of rounds. Good, but it's over, okay? Sid here. He heard you talking about the money in the gym with Blondie. You remember?
If you don't cooperate right now, maybe we'll have to mess with your girlfriend to prove we don't...
No trouble here. You let her go, and I'll lead you to where the money is.
Hey, Len, progress. He admits about the money.
Yeah, he still thinks we're yo-yos. What, let her go so she can call the cops? No way, Coleman. You and Mary Lynn lead us to the money.
And then what? Look, I'm not going to tell you anything unless I get someone to kind of guarantee that you're not going to kill us after you get the money.
That gun says we're in charge and you don't get nothing. Now, we're heading out the door. You're going first. Arm in arm, the happy little couple out for a stroll. We'll be right behind you. Len will have the gun in his pocket, his finger on the trigger.
Wade, let's just do it, okay?
Well, that was some speech.
Well, I thought you decided to come here and find out if John was hiding something.
I decided to come here because you pushed me. And now that I'm having doubts, you're pushing me again. What do you get out of this? I mean, this whole thing seems to be more important to you than it does to me.
Well, excuse me. I was just trying to be your nice aunt and care for you. But if you want to open yourself up to a side of John you know nothing about, and probably get hurt in the process.
What makes you assume that I'm going to be hurt?
Does someone hide information about themselves if it's nice information?
Well, it depends on the information. Maybe he was in a bad relationship and he was hurt badly and he doesn't want to talk about it.
Refuses to talk about it. He won't even give you a hint as to his past relationships or his past life. How can you stand it? Well, obviously you can. So I'll just shut up and worry silently. Let's go.
Shut the door. There is one drawer I've never looked in because John always keeps it locked.
Well, look, it says miscellaneous on it. It's not even private, and nobody will care if you open it.
That's the whole point. He told me to keep away from it.
Well, tell him you forgot. Or tell him that you were looking for something and you couldn't find it in any other file.
Yeah, that sounds logical. Now, I don't even know if this key is going to open it, but...
He trusts me. Oh, my God. There's not much out there.
Well, that's par for the course for a man who claims he has nothing to say. Melinda?
Letters.
Oh, what's this? One from his mother, another one from his father. Here's one from his sister Judith right around the time Kate was born. What are you doing? Family correspondence. It's like listening in on a telephone extension. I can't do it.
Well, you probably can't tell much from that anyway. Aha! His college diploma. His discharge from the Army, honorable, if you want to know.
I assume that.
His gun license, his private investigator.
Give me that. We are finding out exactly what we deserve to find out here for snooping. Nothing.
Cassie, come on now. The juiciest stuff is always in the back. Look at this. Look at this. They're very old. The Full Moon Blues by John Russell.
Oh, wait, this is one of his old mystery stories.
There's more than one here.
Oh, yeah, he used to write these. I guess he decided he'd rather be a detective rather than write about them. Oh, I bet these are great.
Maybe they were so bad he had to hide them. Well, we probably can't even find anything about him with these unless they're autobiographical.
Gosh, I really hope I get a chance to read these someday. Okay, come on, let's put them away. Let's go.
No. Come on, wait a minute.
Oh,
There's one more file back here.
I don't want to look at it. Look, I can't. There is nothing in these drawers except memories of John's past and his childhood. And I feel like a sleaze.
Gigolo baffles police.
Cassie. What?
Isn't that John?
So if I want to brood, is there a law against it?
Nope. But I figure if I teach you some new ways to get around, you're going to wear yourself out and fall asleep more easily. Feel better about yourself in the process,
Got
right?
a nice pat little answer for everything, don't you?
Well, I try.
Heard them all.
Not quite. But I'm sure I will by the time we're through. So?
So, have you cleared this with Larry? You know, he's not letting me out of the hospital tomorrow. He, probably found something and he's not telling me about it.
He didn't say anything to me about it, Clint.
They took me down for a CAT scan.
CAT scans are just going to be a normal part of your life from now on. They'll keep checking the bullet fragment.
I suppose so. By the way, my wife told me that she had to take back the gifts that she brought me. Were those your instructions?
Well, I suggested that perhaps she was being a little overly helpful. You know, conveniences like that could actually impede your learning the basics.
Well, with everything I have to learn, it seems cutting a few corners couldn't hurt.
I'm speaking from my experience and from my training, Mr. Buchanan.
Mr. Buchanan? You notice you call me Clint whenever we seem to be agreeing, and then you go right back to Mr. Buchanan at the slightest disagreement?
No, I hadn't. But hopefully we'll just be getting along all the time now, and you'll just be Clint.
I'll never be just Clint again. Those days are gone. I'm sorry about that. Every once in a while, the old bitterness just kind of pops out.
That's perfectly all right. But we are wasting time that could be more productive. So, are you or are you not ready to tackle some of those meaningless daily chores that are facing you?
What do you have in mind?
Learning how to get around with a cane.
I said no cane! Damn it, didn't you hear me say no cane?
Why are you so adamant about not using a cane?
Because.
Now, that is an answer that one of your sons would give.
I just don't want it.
Why, Clint? It's a tool to help you get around. And unless you'd prefer to flail your way down the street, running into cars.
I'll have someone guide me down the street. I don't plan on spending that much time on the street anyway. I'll just go from my car, which, by the way, I've decided I shouldn't be driving that much anymore, to the house or building or wherever. I don't have a lot of plans to stroll down the street doing any window shopping. Well, speak up. Miss Gordon, I can't see your face, so say something.
It seems to me we're back to your choice, Mr. Buchanan. To be completely dependent on the kindness of others, or to be able to do it for yourself.
I'll learn most of what you want to teach me. But I'm not going to use a cane like...
Like what?
Never mind.
It seems to me we better get into your feelings about this. Because I think you were about to say you won't use a cane like those poor blind people on the street. A cane just announcing to the world their blindness. And that sort of uncomfortable feeling you get when you pass them on the street. And the total incomprehension of how they do it and why they do it. I mean, why don't they just stay home and not make normal people feel badly for them, huh? But there is that relief when you pass them and you can just quickly put them out of your mind. And you might think to yourself, thank you, God. I'm not like that.
Yes. Yes, all of those things.
Which proves that you have not come to terms with the fact that you are indeed one of those people who are quite brave and quite determined and deserve to be viewed with respect rather than horror.
What, no pity?
Clint, blindness is a tough break. One of the toughest, as you now know firsthand. And yes, you'll evoke some pity from passersby on the street, but the real pity is if you never go out on the street. If you stay hidden away in your car or your house or your office, and if you are always dependent on other people.
All right. Obviously, if I don't get into this thing with you, I'm gonna have to hear about it all night.
Gee, I was just getting to the really good part of my speech.
Yeah, right.
Now, stand up. Get your balance. That's right. This cane was made for a man your height, so it should be the proper length.
Got my initials carved in the handle?
Not yet. That's right. Now, I want you to extend your index finger down the side of the cane. Right? Wiggle it around, jiggle it, make it feel like your own. Great. What this cane is going to become for you
is a crutch.
Is an extension of your index finger. It's going to make a path for you. Feel for you.
Yes. I know. I've seen it. I suppose you want me to find the door.
Well, I think you need a little more instruction before you just...
Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't need it.
Fine. Find the door. Do you remember where it is on your mental clock?
It's at 12 o'clock.
Right.
The killer chair is, I'm standing next to the bed facing the door. It's at 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Ha, gotcha. Won't get me this time. Is the door open?
Yes.
Oh, thanks a lot, Miss Gordon. Thanks a lot. You must have seen I was going to hit the door jam.
Clint, you got there before I had a chance to warn you. And besides, you were not using the cane correctly. If you would have been walking down the street, you would have been stabbing people and slapping them. You need to keep it closer to the ground and in front
of... And what? Come on. Speak up. Let's hear it. I don't want to fail cane 101. I master this. We'll just get the cup of pencils and I'll hit the street. This time tomorrow, I should be ready for the dog. What's that? I detect a little frustration, Miss Gordon?
Only in your own voice, Mr. Buchanan.
Apparently, this guy only took one picture in his whole life. It's the same picture in all of these articles.
Yeah, and they run over a period of 6 months in 1978.
And they're all from Southern California. Didn't you say John used to live in Southern California?
Yes, which is why he would happen to be reading this and happen to cut them out.
No, because he is the guy.
He is not. He cut these out because he thought they'd be a great premise for his murder mysteries, or just because the resemblance is incredible.
Or because he is the gigolo who's been eluding the police while preying on rich women.
Will you stop it? Look, you are really feeding into my already overactive imagination, and it's not helping.
So you do believe he's...
No, I don't. John would not spend a year of his life seducing older women trying to get their money for real estate scams or stock market offerings. Look, I may not know that much about his past, but I know him well enough to know that he wouldn't do something like this.
All right. Cool down. Now, come on. I'm not saying that John is the guy, but I want to ask you 2 questions. And then we'll put this file away and we won't talk about it anymore.
Oh, why did we check it out in the first place?
Number 1, why was this file not in the general file area? Why was it very special and very private?
Perhaps, as I already said, because he wanted to write one of his stories about it.
Number 2, doesn't your mother fit into the older rich woman category? I mean, he was younger, and they got together, and she had a lot of money, and look at you, you're rich too.
Melinda!
One more thing.
No, stop it. I am not answering any more of your questions. This is ridiculous. Give me that.
One more thing. Has he ever given you a golden-tipped begonia? According to this, He always gives a golden tip begonia to all the rich women. First of all, John does not send flowers to people unless they're dead. The only time he has sent me flowers, they have been yellow roses or tulips. The end. Now, I hate myself for doing this, and I hate you for making me do it. Now, was this behind the other files in here or what? Yes. Are you sure? Because if he comes here to check this out and he realizes things are out of order, then I'm busted. All right, let me help you. I'll make sure we get it back perfect. Wait. Isn't this
A begonia.
formerly golden tipped?
You didn't find that.
I didn't find that.
Come on.
Let's go. Oh, wait. I forgot to lock the drawer. Yes, do that. If he finds out, he might murder you. Murder?
Ow, they didn't say anything about murder in those clippings, did they? Murdering older women? No. Or younger women?
I'm sorry. I panicked.
Okay, now look, we have to get control of ourselves here. Don't you see what we're doing? We are writing one of these stories just like John's stories, when actually, I'm sure there is a very good reason why this flower is in here. It's here for ambiance.
Ambiance. In a file cabinet.
Yes. When he starts writing one of his stories, he takes the flower out and he looks at it for inspiration or something.
Right. Something.
Yes, right. Absolutely right. And we are never going to talk about this again. And we are not going to suspect Jonathan of anything but a very highly developed sense of privacy.
Right.
Now, you have to meet Larry, and I'm supposed to meet a friend of mine at the hospital. So, where am I supposed to drop you off?
Wanda's, except Larry called and said that he was going to be at the hospital till after 10.
Okay, that's great. I can take you there. I'm meeting my friend who's working with a patient there at the hospital. Everything looks in order here. All right, let's go.
Except just for one thing, Cass, you know, I was just thinking, I wish I knew that Larry liked me just because he liked me and didn't want to see me because he was checking my marbles.
Given what we've just done, I hope nobody checks my marbles.
Well, is this my comfy little home?
Sure is. Pause to get your bearings.
Okay, the bed's at 12 o'clock. The chair's at 2 o'clock.
That's right.
It's about 7 steps, as I recall.
Mm-hmm. Cane's a little high.
Uh-huh. Well, what do you know? Well, did I make you proud, Miss Gordon?
You made me very proud. Be sure and keep the cane somewhere where you can find it.
Oh, whether I want to or not, right.
Mm.
I'm exhausted.
Of course you are. Congratulations. You know, you really showed me today that once you stop arguing with me and put your mind to something, you can accomplish it.
Oh, come on. I walked down the hall and back and I didn't fall over anything. That's not much to brag about for a fellow that was roping and riding when he was 10 years old.
I've also noticed that you don't give yourself even a few seconds to feel any sense of accomplishment. You have to immediately start...
Let me tell you something. When I start functioning fully as a husband and a father and an editor, I'll start patting myself on the back. Until then, meanwhile, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to get comfortable and relax, maybe watch a little TV until I drop off to sleep and...
I should have guessed this is where you hid the money.
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? You took us here.
Maybe it's not here. Look, I'm not going to tell you guys anything until you promise to let her go. Or unless you can guarantee that you're not going to kill us once we give you the money.
Have we been through this?
Yeah, Lenny, we've been through it.
Wait, they said in the car that they let us go because we promised not to tell anyone,
Because
okay?
we promised to kill you if you did tell. Now that's it. Hand over the money.
All right. But I just want to tell you, some of it's been spent. Just a couple of thousand. But the rest of the 700 grand's there.
Yeah, well, you can pay us back someday, all right? Now, let's go. I said, let's go!
Okay, easy. Briefcase. It's over here.
Yeah?
Must be this board. Just a...
What are you trying to pull?
Nothing. Look, I need a flashlight. Oh, man. It's gone. Somebody else must have come and got it. It's gone. It's not here.
I've had it with you, buddy.
Kids. Look, why would I lie and tell you it's here?
You just did.
I value my life, okay? And I don't want her in danger.
Where's the money?
I don't know. I put it in the briefcase and nailed it in the wall.
Who else knows about it?
No one. Why would I tell anybody?
So where's the briefcase?
I don't know.
Look, he's telling the truth, okay? I know it.
All right, he's acted dumb before. Maybe it's just not a stupid move.
Look, man, I don't know where it is. Someone ripped me off.
Trying to tell me some ghost came in here and ran off with the money?
No, look, just give me a little time and I'll try and find out who's got it.
Yeah, why don't you tell us any names you might be considering, huh?
I don't know for sure. Why would I tell you that?
Look, he'll lead you to the money, okay? Please don't kill him.
Lenny, come here. Don't move, you two. Listen. What do we do? What?
The thread's broken.
Smooth it in here.
Everything seems in order. It's definitely a match.
Lynette? Lynette, is John Russell, you around?
Both you and your assistant are keeping late hours tonight.
Cassie was here earlier.
Oh, about an hour ago, if that.
Did she mention why she was here?
Well, she had her aunt with her.
I knew someone was here. I just want to make sure there wasn't a break-in or anything. Anyway, thanks. The office looks terrific.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Sarah! Hello. You've been working with Clint all this time?
Part of it. Between our arguments and his visitors, we managed to get some work accomplished.
It's going as I predicted then, huh?
Yes. Do I look as tired as I feel?
No, not at all. Who's winning?
It's a draw. I don't know. His constructive side is in continual battle with his self-pitying side. But I'm trying to be firm with him, as you suggested. I don't know, Larry. He really gets to me sometimes.
Doesn't he see that? I mean, realize that?
I don't think so. But I also had this minor confrontation with his wife. I went overboard and apologized. I'm just trying to get some things straight with her in terms of being overly helpful and actually impeding his learning.
She's a very intelligent and perceptive woman. I'm sure a few words of explanation she'll understand.
He understands a lot more than he wants to. You know, sometimes I almost get the feeling he's challenging me, bullying me. I don't know if it's because it's more comfortable for him or easier. But he does know this stuff's important, and eventually he'll learn it.
Well, listen, as long as you realize that in such a short time, how can you fail?
Hey, Sarah!
Kathy Callison.
Hi, girl. You look great.
You do too.
Fine. Hi, Lair Bear.
Oh, I didn't realize you two knew each other.
Yeah, we met each other at Landview University and got friendly.
Right. Sarah was a little ahead of me and obviously a lot more dedicated. She ended up with a degree and a profession, and I'm busy playing Nancy Drew.
You're what?
Oh, I almost forgot. I drove Melinda here. She's on her way to your office to meet you.
Oh, all right. I'll intercept her. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
See you all later.
See you later.
Oh, I am so glad you left Philly General to come back to Landview.
So am I. I really miss my family, and my friends. But Cass, it was great working there. I really feel like I could handle just about any blind person, no matter how tough they are. Which is coming in very handy. I just got assigned this new patient, Clint Buchanan. Do you know him?
Editor of the Banner. He is a great friend of my family's, and he's a wonderful man.
Yeah, so I keep hearing. I'm sure he's a really nice guy underneath that grizzly bear imitation.
Oh, well, I feel a lot better knowing that Clint's in your hands.
So far. He put me on probation.
Oh, gosh. Well, you're pretty patient. I think you can handle him. So, tell me what's going on with the rest of your life.
You mean there's more to life than this?
Oh, no. Come on. You're much too young to be a committed workaholic.
Same old Cassie, into everyone's business.
Yeah, I will definitely admit I am guilty of that. My boss, who's also my lover, points that out to me all the time. Major, major defect in my personality.
So, tell me about him. Something wrong?
I hope not. So we worked everything out. We finally got together, and for the most part, we're very happy.
I remember when I called, you told me that you and Rob didn't make it. I didn't ask you then, but I am curious.
There's not really a lot to say on that point. He and I were both very immature. Too immature to deal with our problems, and I guess that's about it.
And you and my family wonder why I don't rush into serious relationships.
Yeah, really?
Lounge, a new coffee machine. Oh, hello, ladies. I found her. You can see. You gonna have some coffee?
No thanks. You can try that new machine on your own.
You chicken.
Where's that?
Oh, that's my Aunt Melinda Kramer.
Don't I remember something about her?
Yeah, she had some problems for a while. She's okay now, except...
Except what?
Well, she has this incredible sense of adventure and this rampant curiosity, which really feeds into my curiosity. And you know what? I really have to go back to the office to check something. Do you mind if we just postpone this talk till a little later?
No problem. I am exhausted. I can't wait to get home to bed.
Great.
And Kathy's really a nice kid, isn't she?
Yeah, she sure is.
What do you think of John Russell? I'm just wondering. I'm not a very good judge of character, and I like him. I'm curious about his commitment to her.
I really don't know him all that well, Melinda. I mean, he seems like he cares a great deal for Cassie. Seems like an upfront kind of guy.
So, I'm starving. When do you get sprung from this place?
Well, soon, I hope.
You look like you're worried about a patient.
Yeah, I am. Listen, if for some reason I have to stay here another 15 minutes or so, why don't we just do a rain check and we'll go up tomorrow night to a real restaurant, real food.
Okay. You want to see me 2 nights in a row?
Well, is there something wrong with that?
No, nothing at all.
Great. All right. Well, Dr. Woolman. Oh, Dr. Benson. I'd like you to meet Melinda Kramer.
Hello there.
How do you do?
Benson.
I've been over the CAT scan with Moore. We need to talk.
Melinda, my dear, I'm sorry. It's beginning to look like I'm going to be here a
It's
while.
all right. It's all right. I'll get a burger on the way home. It'll be fine.
Thanks. I appreciate your putting up with me.
Hey, I put up with doctors all the time.
All right.
Dr. Benson?
Good night. Look, I'm sorry to interfere.
No, that's all right. I'm sure if it were good news, you would have told me earlier. We have a problem?
It is critical. I can't believe this. I can't believe it.
But the police will believe you, though, right?
Marilyn, come on.
I mean, wait, you took your time with the money, and this is the result. You have to take it to the police now.
Look, they're going to get Sid and Leonard, sure, and then they'll deny it and just walk away. Look, without the money, our lives are still on the line. I either have to hand it over to them or the police.
Well, you certainly can't hand it to them. I mean, do you even know where the money is?
One idea. If I'm wrong, is your father home?
Should be. Why?
Okay, I'm gonna drop you off there, and you have to stay inside. If he goes out, you go out with him. And just stay by the phone, just in case.
While you do what?
While I look for the money.
Then you'll call me?
Yeah.
Wait, if you don't call me within an hour, I'm calling the police.
Okay, I will. I'm so sorry I got you into the middle of this.
If anything happens to you...
Lynette, it's me, Cat. You're not Lynette.
Well, neither are you. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Well, I asked you first, but I'm waiting for you.
What made you think I'd be back?
What made you think I'd be back?
Hi.
Hi.
I was driving by and I saw the lights on, and I remembered about these correspondences that I had typed today, and I wasn't sure if I had mailed them or not, and I knew if I came in tomorrow and they weren't mailed that you'd really get on my case and give me grief. So here I am.
Ah. Well, why didn't you just check the mail when you were here with Melinda? You see, I'm a pretty good PI. Now, when are you going to learn you can't keep things from me?
You are astounding.
So?
So what?
So, what were you guys doing here earlier?
What did you do, bug the office?
No, I ran into Lynette. She told me you were here.
Well, I'm sure she also told you that I was just showing Melinda around.
Why?
Because she'd never been here before and she wanted to see where we work. Oh, and look, I did mail these. I was right. Silly me. So, you never told me why you weren't here.
Well, I just wanted to file some of the notes on the Ferguson case. Then I sat down and I started doing some thinking, and time got away with me.
What were you thinking about us? How much you loved me?
Of course.
You're lying.
You're right.
I have a great idea. Why don't I take you out and buy you a drink at a very romantic restaurant?
Well, to tell you the truth, I think I'd rather go straight home to bed.
Oh, it's a great idea.
Hi.
Hi.
What happened to your face?
Don't touch it, please. It's really sore.
What happened?
Mary Lynn got mad and threw something, and it hit me in the face.
You broke up with her. That's why you called me. Wade, finally now you know where you belong. You belong to me.
Maybe. But Billy, first there's something we need to straighten out. I'm missing a briefcase, and it contains several $100,000.
Look, if I had a briefcase with several $100,000, you'd think I'd be sitting here. Whose car is this
Billy,
anyway?
I want the money. Now, I can't figure out how you knew I had it or where I hid it, but I'd bet my life that you know where it is.
All right. Look, I was going to tell you. I was just trying to teach you a lesson.
Teach me a lesson?
Yes. You can't rob a bank and then just go throw money around. People are wondering what's going on.
I did not rob a bank. Look, I just accidentally came on the money. But someone has already died because of this, and I'm next.
What?
Believe me, this is on the level. It's very important that you get that money to me immediately.
Look, you're not just going to give it away.
It wasn't mine in the first place. I was a jerk to hold on to it. Come on, we're wasting time just talking about
No, I'm
this.
serious. Look, you're going to be an even bigger jerk if you give the money away. Wade, you're going to spend the rest of your life putting nickels and dimes together. We could be happy together. You know we could.
Yeah, but you... Okay. Maybe your idea is the best one.
Sure it is.
Mexico. I've always wanted to go to Mexico.
I'll pack. Okay, I'll pack and we can leave on a plane tonight or first thing tomorrow morning.
It's a deal.
I love you. We are meant to be together.
Hey, come on. There's plenty of time. Hey, there's plenty of time for the romantic stuff later, okay? First the bucks. Listen, I think it's a really good idea for you to get the money together and bring it to me somewhere. Meet me.
Okay, great. Where?
I have a room at the Holden Towers till tomorrow morning. It's the penthouse suite D. But don't go there tonight, okay? It's too dangerous. 10:30 sharp tomorrow morning.
Wait a minute. Are you being straight with me?
Hey, you were right. We're meant to be together. And with that money, it'll make our lives really easy. Okay?
I'll see you in the morning.
Okay.
Larry, did you get the results from the CAT scan?
Yeah, just now, Clint. And guess what? Time to break out the champagne. We were wrong. We blew it. You're not going to be blind forever. In fact, in a couple of days, your eyesight should be completely restored.
Come on, Buchanan, knock it off. Fantasies like that are just fairy tales. This is real life, buddy. I keep telling you to accept it, so why don't you just accept it and go to sleep? Who's there?
Oh, you're awake.
If you thought I was asleep, why'd you come in?
Just checking on you before I go home.
Oh. I'm glad to hear you have one.
Actually, I wanted to see if your cane was handy.
Miss Gordon, I was in the Army. I know how to take orders from a general.
Terrific.
It's right here.
You get a B+ for today, Clint.
Why not an A?
You were in the Army. You know how generals are. I'll see you tomorrow.
It's all on the CAT scan. The bullet fragment is definitely shifted in the occipital.
Damn it! How did that happen?
Well, it could be just a normal shift, one we didn't anticipate. Or it could have happened when Mr. Buchanan fell in the street, you know.
I want to see the CAT scan. I want to see all the other test results.
Dr. Moore and I have done that several times. Believe me, if I could offer any hope, I would.
Look, if that fragment is shifted, maybe now it can be removed surgically.
Well, if Moore had the slightest hope, I'm sure he would risk it. But it's impossible, Larry. Look, I'm sorry. I know you and Mr. Buchanan are very good friends, but...
He hasn't even accepted his blindness fully yet, and now I'm supposed to tell him this?
He has to know his prognosis has changed, that the situation is very grave.
How do I tell him that? How the hell do I tell him?
Nothing says cookie.
If you could ever give me a call. Never mind, Luther. She just walked in. Thank you.
Tell Luther that Sanders Chemical will have to survive without me. I don't have the stomach for his kind of work.
Would you like to tell me where the hell you have been all night? Honey, I have been worried sick about you, pacing back and forth, waiting.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you worry. I just didn't have the guts to come on home. So I drove around all night and finally wound up at the airport and thought about taking a plane to London or Mexico, to be anywhere but here.
What, you wanted to get away from me so badly just because I said those things about Patrick?
No, I wanted to get away from Grams. I always thought that she was somebody that I could believe in, somebody that I could trust. But let me tell you, she is not.
Wait, this is really classy. It's really nice.
Yeah.
It is, you know? I wish I had something in this briefcase other than money, like a nightgown or a toothbrush.
Well, I've really been waiting for this. Thanks for...
Gee, thanks a lot.
That was part of the bargain, right?
No, it was only half the bargain. Oh, now I know I did the right thing by taking the money. See what it did? It brought you and me back together again.
Billy, about last night...
I know. I could hardly sleep. I kept thinking it was too good to be true. You and me and the money you weighed. I just...
Hate to break up the party. I'll take the briefcase, Wade.
Hiccup. What are you trying to pull? What is this?
You should know that the children got up very, very early this morning to help me pack up all these goodies to bring to you. Now, Kevin sends you your favorite cardigan, complete with patches. And Joey asked me to bring you your favorite hat. That's for when you come home. And Jessica, with a little bit of help from me, sends you your aftershave. I know what you're thinking, that your therapist is going to confiscate the whole lot. But to heck with her, right? Man is entitled to a few comforts, right?
He's entitled to that and a lot more.
Honey, you seem a bit different today. Subdued, I guess, or more determined.
Determined is the word. Sarah Gordon is not calling the shots anymore. Neither is Larry or anyone else in this hospital. It's my life, and I'm taking charge of it.
I spent hours last night going over the CAT scan, the other readouts. I kept hoping and praying that there was some mistake.
Unfortunately, there's no denying the evidence. The bullet fragment that caused his blindness has shifted position.
And now it threatens his life.
Why don't you let me tell the family?
Thanks, Ted. No, I got to do this myself. But I don't want to say anything yet until I read Benson's last report. He said there might be some new information in there.
New information, yes, but new hope? I'm sorry, but as far as Clint Buchanan is concerned, the verdict is in.
Well, now, that sounds like the Clint Buchanan that I married. What brought about the transformation?
I woke up this morning, and I realized that Thanksgiving is very soon. A few weeks later is Christmas. I'm not spending the holidays in this room.
Well, nobody said you had to.
Nobody's saying anything, honey. That's just it. First they tell me I can leave. Then they change their minds and say I can't. Well, I've had it. I'm not a patient here. I'm a prisoner.
You're beginning to sound like Asa. He's all ready to come in here and bust you out.
Well, I don't need Pa to come rescue me. I'm just waiting for Larry to finish his rounds, and then I'm going to tell him that I'm checking out today. With or without his okay.
You know, darling, I'm impatient as well as you. But Larry is on your side. Why don't you wait for his okay to let you go?
Who's been urging me to get on with my life?
I know, I have. Believe me, I am thrilled that you've got your old spunk back, but I have a feeling there's more to it than the holiday season.
Well, actually, I've been feeling a little more confident with the cane. Not that it's any great achievement,
Oh,
but...
you bet it is. Darling, most people in this world do not have to relearn all the basics in their life. Good heavens, you faced an unbelievable challenge.